I think the pressing topic for many folks right now is the Trump administration and the rollback of DEI. And DEI is such a huge, it's an acronym that's loaded full of different ideas, different programs. And so I'm not sure of exactly the depth of how much it's hurting people, but I know for sure that my students psychologically, there's fear there. What can we do about it? What are the consequences of what's going on right now?
The consequences are more harm. One, that racism isn't real anymore. People, I don't know if you've heard people say it. Oh, you had the 60s. We fixed everything. You had Martin Luther King. All right. And so everything's cool. The perpetrator will always say that there is no more perpetration, even though they'll perpetrate that next minute. Okay. So there's that narrative that says there's no need for it. And then there's the issue that we don't even understand what racism is and how it operates when we do acknowledge it. Again, we minimize it to saying, well, if there's not a cross burning on your lawn, or we're not taking away Japanese people into internment camps, there is no racism, that kind of thing. But it's more than that. We have to understand that all of these things are old. DEI is a kind of a stopgap for saying that we're not going to let the raging systemic racism be a part of my corporation so we can feel better about ourselves. We're going to hire a DEI officer and not give them any executive power and not listen to their input, because we're not actually trying to change the systemic nature of how the corporation works. So that we understand that racism is real and that DEI is a function of trying to lessen the harm, trying to bring more diverse ways of thinking into the corporations and organizations so that people do not get the daily harm or to be sidelined because they're an African person or they speak Spanish or that they're disabled or African or a woman or a trans person, that we are able to connect with their genius and their skills